What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Iccy Showw interview 563 interviews. Give this special guest a second to get on here and we will start this Iccy Showw. If you're looking to be a guest, I'm booking until August, so inbox your girl, Jackie Brown with 2C's, I.E. Brown, and I'll let you know the dates I have available. We are internationally. Tomorrow's the 5-year anniversary of the Iccy Showw. 1 to 3 free lunch at 219 River Street in Haverhill, Massachusetts. Shout out to my girl, Christy. Letting us have it at her location, and also at nighttime come get turned up with everybody that is on the flyer. Great talent. It's gonna be positive vibes, tight security. I'm just saying, come have a good time. What's up, M Styles in the building? Go check out her music. Definitely check out her music. So we're waiting for this special guest to come on here, and we will start this Iccy Showw. So again, tomorrow, free lunch from 1 to 3, 219 River Street. You have to have the ticket to get in. Also, tomorrow night, Sammy's Patio, Revere, Massachusetts. Great talent. Make sure you come with your mind correct. It's gonna be a great positive vibes. You know the vibes. Shout out to K Mafia. Definitely all the birthdays. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary. My condolences if anyone has lost anybody. Shout out to your boy Custom Clothing Store. I just went and got these, picked them up, and I got a couple of shirts. I'm waiting for them. So after this, I'll be going to get that. So we ready for tomorrow, you know? So it's going to be lit. Shout out to everyone that has been, reaching out to try to come out. And I got a special guest appearance tomorrow night. During the day. So wait until see. I got Miss Teen coming in from New Hampshire. Hey, how you doing, Melissa Rose? Welcome to the Iccy Showw.
Hi, thank you so much, and thank you for having me, and happy 5 years to you. That's awesome.
Thank you. I'm glad you're on here. I appreciate it. It's finally been 5 years since I finally got you on the Iccy Showw.
Yes, I know.
So how you doing today?
So I'm good. How's it going?
It's doing good out here. It's very hot. How about out where you are?
Yeah, it's a little warm and humid here.
92 where I am right now.
Oh God.
I just want to say welcome to the Iccy Showw. This is interview 563 interviews, and I appreciate you coming on here. And the people that don't know of you, why don't you give them a little background? What made you start to get into this industry?
I'm MILYSSA ROSE. I'm a singer, songwriter, entrepreneur, actress, everything under the sun, I guess you could say, entertainment-wise. I just love entertaining so much. It was basically as I was growing up as a kid, I was the only child, so I was always performing, and my mom saw that I was really interested in music, and I was just basically like a big ham. Like, I was very quiet. Like if you see me in person, I'm kind of introverted, but for whatever reason, I just love to entertain. And originally I wanted to try to do Broadway, but I changed my mind. I said I really wanted to do something where I could be creative and, write my own music and kind of do everything on my own. So I started meeting with producers and putting out my own music. And that's kind of what I've been doing forever and a day, it seems.
I know that must be, stressful at times being an actress and being a singer because, an actress takes a lot of your time too, as well as a singer.
Yes. Really primarily what takes a lot of my time is, I would probably have to say, for me, I also have, I run a business with my husband. So that takes, front and center, because I think a lot of people have this illusion when they put it online as you're an independent artist that most of them that's all they do. But I'm not afraid to tell people that's not all I do, because let's keep it 100. It's a very difficult, it's like an uphill climb a lot of times for an independent artist, especially, one that I'm not signed. I don't have any backing. Everything is backed by me financially. So that can be a little difficult, juggling both of those things.
Right. And being a female, it's hard too. I know that being a female in this industry, we get criticized a lot, and, a lot of opportunities we don't get. Do you feel that same way being a female?
I do. I definitely do feel that way. I've noticed that a lot of times it's a boys' club, and women have to fight a lot harder to get recognized. I think people have this illusion in the business that, you know, women have to be super, like, you have to be showing off all of your body. Everything has to be over sexualized. It's
Right.
never really about whether or not you're talented, whether or not you have any substance, whether or not you are more creative. It's just about, well, you know, how much are you, how low are you willing to put, you know, have your morals be to get where you need to be. And that is a big challenge, because I've never been one to be like with everything hanging out. And that's fine. If that's you and that's what you do, that's great. But that's just not me. Um, you know, I'm an artist. I feel like I need to be respected as an artist. And I think a lot of the times women are like, well, you're cute, so you just be cute. That's always a big thing. Like, well, you can come and you can, you know, be a part of the show, but I need you to be cute. Or I want you to be a part of my project, you know, not because I think that you're talented, it's because I want to try to get in your pants. So there's a lot of weeding through that.
Right, right. I understand. I could see that what you're saying exactly. I've been around the industry and I've been around females that has happened to. And it's sad because, you know, we want to go just as hard as they do. And I wish that females got a little bit more opportunities just as men, you know. That's just my point of view, what I observe um being in this industry. If you could be in a movie with one actor, who would it be?
I would say Joaquin Phoenix. I find him to be extremely, I'm just really fascinated with him. Just one, I like that he's a vegan. I like how he's always spoken out for animals. So I have a lot of respect for that. And just, he's just so multifaceted, and I've been following him for, you know, ever and a day since, you know, a long time ago, you know, before I even walk the line. And just, he just does a lot of out of the box things. And
Right.
I have a lot of respect for him. I mean, I think he's just got this allure to him. I mean, the Joker was phenomenal. I mean, everything. I mean, everything he does, I feel like he puts his heart and soul into it. And I would love to work with someone like him.
Well, if anyone can make that happen, let's make it happen. Because I could see be being in a movie as a veterinarian. I could see you doing that as a role right there.
Yeah,
I definitely. I know you got a heart for animals, so
I do.
um, and that's very powerful. A lot of people don't have the time for animals and things like that. So you know, I salute to you. You know, and my condolences too.
Oh, yeah, I've had a rough May. I feel like a lot of people have had a rough May. I've ran into a lot of people that say like May is the crappiest month on earth. So I'm glad we're in June now.
Yes, it's my birthday. Woo woo!
Happy birthday. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. What movie would you like to travel out of the country to do if you could do it as an actress?
If I could do a movie, I always wanted to go to Costa Rica, but that's because I want to see sloths. But
Okay.
I have this thing about like not liking the heat though and the sun, so that's probably going to be a little difficult.
Oh wow.
Maybe go through the rainy season.
Oh okay. There's nothing wrong with that at all. If you could do a tour, where would you start and where would you end?
If I could do a tour, where would I start, where I'd end? You know what? I've not really spent a lot of time. Really, I've never been to like Colorado or like in the Midwest, so I probably would love to go out there because I know there's a lot of scenery and things I've never seen. So I'd probably start out there and work, you know, obviously the West Coast, California, because I have family and some friends out there. Where would I end? Man, I guess Atlanta. You know, that would be
Okay.
you know, my grand finale, if you will, or maybe Chicago because I have family there, so that would be nice.
I would like to see you in Chicago. I feel you know, it's crazy you say Chicago because very few women do say Chicago when I ask that question. So, you know, Chicago needs more females out there in the industry because we're more calmer, more collective, you know? So I would love to see you out there, definitely. And I hope you get that tour. You deserve it, especially you've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Are you looking for a manager right now? I know
Um,
you're
I,
independent.
tried the manager route before, and I've just never really, I mean, I've never really found anyone I've completely clicked on. I did have a manager before I really clicked with, and then I determined I didn't know if I really wanted to continue doing music. So I with them, not because there was anything wrong with him. It's just, I just felt I was kind of on the hiatus. Like I didn't know which direction I was going to go in. So I felt like I didn't want to string him along and say, well, I'm going to keep doing this. Just kidding. I've learned now that I'm just going to hustle and grind to do what I need to do to create a buzz for myself. And I think the right people will come into my life instead of me after somebody else.
Okay, okay. Now, if you did find a female artist, I know a manager that does sign artists. Are you looking to, to have a conversation with her about being signed?
Oh, I'm definitely like open to having conversations. Like I don't want it to seem like I'm like, no, I wouldn't be interested. No, I am like open to it. I really want someone who's going to work as hard as I do. And
right.
That there's, and I'm sure you've run into it as well. Like people don't match your work ethic. Like,
right. So shout out to Miss BK. She's the CEO, Legal Mob Entertainment. So I feel like you two should link together. She goes very hard. And yes, she got a couple people under her label. But I'm definitely gonna inbox her after this, and I'm gonna give her your name. I feel like you go as hard as she does, and I feel like your music is awesome, and I can relate to some of your music, so I feel like she probably can relate to some of your music as a female. So I definitely would like to, if that's okay with you, if you don't mind me passing your information.
No, I'd love that. Yeah, definitely. I would love to, I'd love to talk to anyone that's, willing to work with me and, have, like I said, match the work ethic and have the same vision for what I want to do. Because, a lot of the times, and I'm sure you've also run into this, you meet people in the industry and they want to work with you, but they don't want you to be yourself. They want
right.
like somebody else. And I'm really big on maybe if I conformed to what people thought I was supposed to be, maybe I would have already made it there already. But I just feel like I want to do things on my own terms. Maybe that's me being stubborn, but I'd rather call the shots in my career. So that way, when the time comes, when somebody wants to sign me, or maybe I would never need to be signed, I'm saying that, look what I've done on my own.
Right. You do put the hustle in. That's why I suggested a manager.
Oh.
I know it's hard, plus having a home life and working and, it's a lot. Sometimes it could be stressful.
It is. It is a lot because, not just, creating the music. It's also, like registering your music and making sure that everything is where it needs to be. I do work with Black Widow. She does all of my PR and she's helped me phenomenally. She's been such a, a giant role and a lot of, my success as well, helping with my PR and then making sure I know how to register everything and, I'm getting all the money and the royalties from everything that I put out. Some people don't really understand that concept, as you know, like people think, well, I'm going to put out a song and then it's just gonna, what's it gonna do? You need to copyright your music. You need to, register with your publishing company. You need to register with your radio. There's so many things that you need to do, and people think that, well, it's just putting out a song.
Right. It's true. I'm definitely gonna get that over to her because I feel like you both can connect. And she's down in Arizona. She's out of Arizona, but she does some shows, and I got an artist from Boston signed with her. So I hope things are positive and goes good for you. You definitely deserve it. Like I said, what is your top 3 favorite songs to perform?
My top 3 favorite songs. I'm really big into mental health awareness. That's and domestic violence. That's a big thing for me. So I do a lot of charity events pertaining to that with WOW Ministries. Long story. Long answer, even longer. So a lot of the ones I like to sing are more based on like mental health. So one of the songs I like to sing a lot is called Stay. That is a big one for me. I wrote it actually in honor of a friend that had passed away too early. He was in his early 30s, congestive heart failure. And it's basically about trying to save everybody when you can't save yourself. And sometimes I feel that when you battle mental health, you feel that you will detract from like taking care of yourself and helping everybody else. So that's one of the big ones that another fabulous. I've kind of grown to love this song. I've been doing it for years. I actually wrote it for somebody else. They didn't want it, but people love it. It's a big female empowerment, and I enjoy it because people know the words, and it feels really cool to sing a song that, you know, women can sing, and, you know, we just kind of, you know, everyone vibes out to it. That's another big one for me. And the third one, a song called Friendly Reminder a long time ago, and then I actually revamped it. I did a remix to it with an artist named Corinna. That's also based on, you know, mental health, about basically isolating yourself and like wondering why you're alone, and then realizing you're doing it to yourself. Like you're kind of in your mind. I think you're like, sometimes I feel like I'm trapped in my mind. I think other people feel that way too. And I think there's this idea that, well, if you go on a vacation or you do this, all your problems are going to go away. But no, you can't ever leave your mind. And that's basically what that's about.
That's amazing. Definitely. We need a lot more mental health awareness out there, especially with suicide on the rise, unfortunately. We need to decrease that every year. And, you know, I feel like you could be a big mentor for those people that are going through something. And I feel that you can make a change in a lot of people, especially the younger generation. We need a lot more people to talk about, you know, mental health. Mental health, it really needs to be talked about. You know, they took away the DARE program. These kids don't have anything. And I feel like, you know, especially, you know, you said you've been through some things. So, you know, when you go through things and you've experienced it, you're the, I feel like we're the Bible to the younger generation. We're the ones to give that acknowledgement to them.
Mm.
And, you know, we really got to start going. Mental health is, it's no joke. And, you know, I lost my brother in September, and it's like, it's really, yeah, so it's real serious. And, you know, when someone's smiling a lot, you don't know what their pain is. So, you know, that I really salute to you 1000. And I feel like that, you know, since you're really, you could tell that you're really in tune to mental health. I really feel like maybe doing like a tour for, you know, maybe the middle school kids, and, you know, go around state to state, start like your local area and then expand, and, you know, talking to them and, you know, performing at the same time, giving them a little acknowledgement of, you know, mental health. You know, you're that Bible to talk to them. You know, your trauma, you want to talk, let them know. So, you know, your music is amazing. When I lost my brother, you were one of the people that I was listening to. Um,
Thank
you're welcome, and that's what I was saying. I could relate to some of your music. That's what I felt when I was listening to some of your songs. So, you know, keep on going. Don't let nothing stop you. And I appreciate, you know, talking about mental health. We need to do it much more than what is being talked
you.
about.
Oh, thank you. No, that means a lot. And I think it's very important to discuss these things, because I think now it's a huge problem. I think even more so now because the youth is seeing the internet, and the internet is bombarded with filters and angles, and this is how you need to look, and your butt needs to be this big, and your boobs need to be this big, and women can't age, and your waist has to be this size, and if you're a man you got to look like this, and you got to do this, and people are always nitpicking at you and bullying you online. And I think it's gotten worse. It's like, you not only do people have to experience it at school or, you know, in just the real world, if you will, it's also on the internet. It's like people are just so loose-lipped now with the things that they say. It's like they just feel this entitlement to say whatever they want to people. It's like it takes a lot for you, me, and everyone else to do something and develop a platform even online, and then there's people that always have to have something negative to say, and then that, you know, it can be taxing. I mean, I don't care who you are or how confident you are or how self-assured you are about things. I think eventually that those things kind of get to you, and if you already have you're having a bad day or you have a negative outlook on something, that definitely does not help you. And so you always have to I feel like I tell people all the time, like, you have to be kind because you don't really know what people are going through. And like you were saying earlier, people laugh and they smile and they seem so happy, or they seem like they have everything. It doesn't matter, you know, how much money you have or how much success you have. If you battle depression or mental health, you could have the world. That doesn't
Right.
mean anything.
Yes. So true. Definitely. And it's okay to get help. Anyone that needs the help, it's okay to get help. Like, check into your local emergency room. It's okay. You know, don't think you're different in any way. I had
No,
someone talk to me about that, and I'm like, you're not different at all. Mental health it's serious, and like you said, the computer, it took over everyone's brain. Like, they try to, you know, it's got to be this way, and unfortunately, the younger generation's the one that isn't gonna really learn like how we did, pencil and pen, writing, doing our math. We only had a calculator only certain times. We didn't have all this technology. It's crazy.
it is. I mean, the world is at your fingertips, literally. Like anything you don't want to see or anything you want to see is all online.
Definitely. What movies are you in right now?
Currently, I'm just focused on music. That's the only thing, because for the last year, I know you probably know this. My engineer passed away, and
My condolences.
I thank you. And that was very sudden. And I loved D. D Cox was his name. Not only was he my engineer, he was my mentor, and he did some of my production. And when he passed away, I honestly, like, I was like beside myself. I was like, there's just no way I can do music anymore. Like, I feel this is so wrong. Like, I can't, I couldn't focus. I couldn't get creative. And I had music that I was working on that I had been working on that I was like kind of dropping here and there. And, it was like the illusion that I was working, but I really wasn't. I already had all this stuff, like, in the hopper, if you will. Um, and I remember Dee used to tell me all the time, eventually, Melissa, you're going to have to work with somebody else. And I was like, why? Why would I have to do that? Like, wherever I go, you're going with me. And he's like, well, because one day you'll blow up, and then you'll have to work with other people. And then when he died, and of course that happened, it was like, oh my God, like, he's not here anymore. Like, now what the hell am I supposed to do? So I kind of regrouped, and I decided, well, I had a dream, and he was in it. And he said to me, we're not done yet. So I got it all together. I said, well, what am I going to do? So I was like, okay, well, I have a MacBook. Okay, I know how to record somewhat because I've learned from watching him all these years. So I got my mic and I got everything, and I started recording. And then I started, reach out to my producers, and I found an engineer that I work with now, who's out of Indiana, named Keith. And I actually met him through a guy named Luna, who I did a song with. He's Insane Most Wicked, song called Why You Mad at Me, that I did. And I felt like it all kind of fell in place. Like,
Right.
I met Luna, and then he told me about Keith, and it's just kind of, from there I was like, okay, well, now I'm unstoppable, so there's no reason for me to stop. And then after I kind of put myself out there, like, people wanted to feature with me, and just I got beats that I was really vibing to, and that was it. So I've really been working really just on music, and just I enjoy it a lot. It's a good therapy for me. It's a good outlet for me. I do enjoy it. So here we are today.
That's amazing. Definitely. That I know how you feel 100%. When I lost my brother, it took me 6 months not to shed a tear. I cried every single day, no matter morning and night. I shed a tear, and he came to me in my dream, and he told me, when he was my mentor in everything. He was one of my day ones from day one that supported my show and used to give me ideas, and how I did my barcode, my thing here. I was one of the first at the store. I was the first person at the store to do that several years ago. And it's crazy because he gave me those ideas. He was never in the industry, never. But he was my light, and my light, my starlight. And so I know exactly. And keep going. I look forward to having your music. You get me through some days, so please don't stop your music. So any producer out there, Please get in contact with her. We need to keep our music going for real. I feel like, you know, you got me through something, so I know your music can get somebody. You're putting, you're making somebody else's day a perfect day. Um, and you know, I did shed some tears. I'm not gonna lie on some of your music, but
Oh,
it's just that you know I could relate, and that's crazy. I didn't know that story what you just said, and that's why I feel like I can relate to a lot of your stuff. I've been watching you, like I said, 5 years. That's a long time, and you know, I'm proud of you. You didn't stop. You kept going, and you're still going. I hope you get an award for one of in memory of your producer. That would be awesome to get an award. Have your music up on or you should go for Chicago Music Awards. Smokey, the Bandit, he got award on there,
oh,
and you to perform there. They do it once a year, if I'm not mistaken. But you should look into there and submit your music. I really feel like you know you can
okay.
make that.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. I like to see people grow. That's what I like to see. And you definitely, I thought I was gonna shed a tear when you were talking. And you know, you're a powerful woman. Just keep on going. You know, you're like a golden star. You can't stop.
Oh, thank you. Well, we both are. I mean, we've been through some things. I think. I mean, to use the expression, you know, it doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I believe that's true, and I do always say to myself, you know, why are these things happening? You know, why does it seem like, you know, the last year has kind of been rough? You know, but I realize that there's. I always say to myself, with all the down or the I can't even talk right now, all the tragedies that happen, there's a reason why those things happen. And
Yes.
I don't believe that you get there's nothing that I'm going through that I can't handle. That's why I'm given it. That's why it was given to me.
Yeah.
Or if it's given to you, right? There's a reason why it's given to us because we can handle it and we can maneuver through it. And then when we get out of it, it's just a part of our journey. It's a part of our story and it's a part of our so I just feel like, well, you know, I'll just, you know, take the storm and when I get out of it, it'll all be worth it.
Yes, definitely. I definitely appreciate that little preaching right there. I love it. Definitely. Where can they find your music? Let them know all your information, where they can find you, find your music. And are you looking for features, local features?
I'm willing to work with anyone that's willing to work, and you know that wants to work, obviously, because you got me when I say that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like looking to you know work and network. You can find me on mrosemusic.com, and I'm on you know YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Apple, Amazon, everywhere they're streaming music. You can find me, of course, TikTok, Instagram. I'm actually releasing a song tomorrow. I'm super excited about with a group that I met on Instagram when I did the Prof Open Verse. When he did the song Devil's Gate, these guys actually met me through Instagram from actually watching the Open Verse, and they're called Savile Row, and they're out of Fort Lauderdale. And they reached out to me and they're like, hey, I want you to do a song called Night Fever. And it's just about, you know, living that wild nightlife and kind of just, you know, being addicted to drugs and partying and just kind of, you know, having a wild lifestyle. And I did the feature. And then a few months later, they're like, oh, by the way, like, do you know who Open Mike Eagle and Chub Rock are? And I was like, yeah, I know who they are. They're like, well, guess what? You're on a song with them. So tomorrow it drops. So that's a really big deal. So I'm on, you know,
That's awesome. Salute. Definitely. Keep on going.
yeah. So I was like, wow, look at that. I've, you know, so that's, I mean, that's great because I mean, that's a, you know, that's a big deal. I kind of like pinch myself because that's huge.
That's
And
huge.
yeah, I don't say that to be like arrogant, like it is a big deal.
Yeah.
And I'm like in awe. Like, I'm like, oh my God, that's really going to happen tomorrow. So
Yeah. Yeah. So go check it out. What platform that's dropping? Is that all
everything.
platforms?
Yeah, Spotify, iTunes, you know, you can go on the pre-save link on iTunes and buy it already. It's going to be, you know, everywhere you can stream music. And yeah, check it out. It's going to be out tomorrow. I think it's going to be, it's good. It's an awesome song. It's really good. I'm not just saying that because I'm on it. Like, it's an incredible song.
That's awesome. And what was the name of the song one more time?
Night Fever. It's Savile Row, and it's SAVILE LE Row.
Okay.
And yep, it drops. And of course, it'll be all over, my platforms as well when it drops.
I'll share it on my page. I'll share the promo, whatever you got. I'll share it to my page. You can tag my page.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Is there any shout outs you would like to give to anybody?
God, well, obviously D Cox, wherever you are, I know you're up there, so him for sure. Poppy Hay, one of my producers I work with, Raziel Elion, I work with him quite frequently. Keith out of India, I'm going to slaughter his last name. Bankard Beats, Keith, I'll just call him that because I don't want to slaughter his last name, so we're not going to do that today. He's my new engineer. Obviously, Insane Most Wicked for introducing me to Keith. My husband, Tony Blanca, he's been really supportive of me during my shit show of a life that I've, had the last, just really anyone that's supported me. I've really had quite a time the last year and, the year before that, like reflecting about whether I wanted to do music. So anyone who supported me, listened to me, shared my music, tagged me in anything that they wanted me to see that they thought that I was going to be, inspired by, just everyone that's part of my journey. I mean, there's a lot of people and it's crazy because I don't really have a lot of faith in people, but I do have a good close knit group of people that I can really rely on that are able to uplift me and, keep me going.
Yes, definitely. Salute to everybody. And again, my condolences and, keep going. And, you know what? I just thought of the idea when you were giving those shout outs. How about coming out with some shirts with, special speeches by what you think and what you could, change someone's mind on something. I could see you doing that in the future. Did you ever think of that?
Oh, like little taglines of things that I say?
Yes.
No, that is a good idea because I do say a lot of wackadoo stuff. Sometimes I make sense, but other times I just go off on a tangent and probably forget about what I'm saying half the time.
Hey, well, this is all recorded, so you definitely could go back and check it out if you forget anything. And I definitely could see you doing that, even on lunch pails, for the kids. You know how they have lunch bags. Maybe you could get some and have those slogans on, like some rainbows or sayings on, GI Joe or something. I definitely think the kids. You can make a big difference in these kids, and we need more people like you out there talking, getting the music out there, they can relate to it, and mental health is there. Like, we need to be on top of it. And salute to your husband. I know some days probably went through hell and hell water, but to have a man beside you during, being in this entertainment, God bless, definitely 1000%. Many years to come with both of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I appreciate you coming on the Iccy Show. Is there anything else you would like to bring up that we didn't bring up?
No, that's it. I mean, I appreciate you having me on here. It's been a long time in the making. I'm super proud of you and everything you've done. And I think you're just a strong woman and what you're doing in the industry filled with men. It's a sausage party. So it's great to, get to interact with you and speak with you as a woman, female to female. And congratulations on your 5 years. That's incredible. And I just want you to keep going as well. And I look forward to your future endeavors. But I cannot thank you enough for having me on your platform. I definitely am exposed to, a different audience, which is great. And I just love people, like, wherever, different states, countries, wherever. I think it's great to have a good network of people that we can work with and we can, share and vibe. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And I appreciate you. Definitely. I appreciate you. 1000%. And if I have any actress roles, I'm gonna inbox you. I got you.
Okay, cool.
If it's so much. I know we're gonna stop filming again. We were supposed to do in the beginning of June, but we pushed it back into the fall time. But I definitely will keep you updated. And I feel like, how you speech. I feel like because it's about the kids, what they go through on a daily basis from school, afternoon, when parents are working and they can't be there for the kids to make dinner. You know how when we were growing up, kids were getting homemade meals or whatever the case may be, more family orientated. Now it seems like it's skit scat, and we got to bring that back. And I definitely I'm gonna keep you updated on some roles once I get them.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're very welcome. This is Melissa Rose. Go check her out tomorrow. She's dropping her song. Make sure you go support it. Go purchase it now. You can purchase it. Let's get it. Show support. If you want to feature anybody that can put her on a show, inbox her, and let's keep this music going. And I got a female M Styles. I'm gonna refer you and her to talk to. You both are go-getters, female. So woman power. That's what I like. Keep it going,
Yeah.
Queen.
All right.
Much love and respect.
Thank
Interview 563 interviews. God bless, and I appreciate you. After 5 years, finally having you, it feels great.
Yeah.
When I first started, I reached out, and now I finally got you. So I appreciate you, Queen. Much love and respect. Anytime you need to come on here, inbox me, and I got you.
Okay. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.
Okay, have a blessed day, everybody. Much love, respect. Tomorrow's the 5-year anniversary of the Iccy Show. Come out, 219 River Street in Haverhill, and provide a free lunch. Let's get it. God bless everyone. Much love, respect.